हेलो माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम बैक टू केमिस्ट्री क्लास। बेटा सीडी प्रिपरेशन कैसे चल रहा है बेटा? ओके ना, ठीक तरीके से चल रहा है ना? या ट्राई टू डू प्रैक्टिस. So in the last class we have successfully completed the all preparations of haloalkanes and haloarenes. 100% from the topic. Okay, now one question will be guaranteed on. Next, another question we can expect maximum, that is from the properties, from physical and chemical properties. Okay, let us start with the first topic, that is nothing but physical properties of haloalkanes, or we can say physical properties of alkyl halides. Right. So first of all I am going to discuss with you, that is nothing but physical state. पहले अपन physical state के बारे में discuss करेंगे. Okay ना? Right. So example is methyl fluoride and methyl chloride and methyl bromide, and one more is nothing but ethyl chloride, C2H5Cl. Only these four haloalkanes, they are going to be exist in the form of gas, and the condition is nothing but room temperature condition. And also at room temperature condition, one more haloalkanes I want to give you, that is nothing but methyl iodide, CH3I. At room temperature, methyl iodide, it was exist or available in the form of liquid. In the form of liquid. This question was repeated. Among the following, which alkyl halide exist as liquid or exist in liquid form at room temperature? So answer is nothing but methyl iodide. Okay, simple alkyl halides are over now. Let us go for next point. Alkyl halides up to 18 carbons, all they are colorless liquids. Next, alkyl halides which are having more than 18 carbons, more than what beta? 18 carbons, they are colorless solids. Alkyl halides up to 18 carbon colorless liquids, and more than 18 carbon on, they are nothing but the colorless what beta? Solids. This is the information about the physical state. Let us go for another topic, that is nothing but odor, nothing but smell. So haloalkanes which are having volatile nature, nothing but volatile haloalkanes, or we can say volatile halogen compounds, they are having the smell is nothing but sweet smell, or we can say that pleasant odor. Next, go for continue. Next information I want to discuss with you, that is nothing but solubility. What beta? Solubility. Solubility का information discuss करना है तो try to remember alkyl halides mostly they are highly soluble in organic solvents like chloroform and carbon tetrachloride and petroleum ether and benzene, like that manner. So alkyl halides are highly soluble in organic solvents, and try to remember they are slightly soluble in water, due to the reason is nothing but CX bond nature. CX, carbon contain charge partial positive and halogen contain charge partial negative. So we can say this is nothing but which nature na? Polar nature. In the previous class also already I told you na. So due to polar nature of CX bond, they can slightly soluble in water. Because of alkyl halides, they do not have the sufficient polar nature. Because of here carbon contain, I am not saying positive negative, here I am saying partially positive, and यहाँ पर partially negative, means they are not completely polarized due to absence of sufficient polar nature. Due to absence of sufficient polar nature, they cannot break the hydrogen bonds which are exist in water. That means they are slightly soluble in water. Good. Next point is nothing but stability information we are going to discuss. Stability. Okay, Haloalkanes or alkyl halides we can classify into mainly four types: alkyl fluorides and alkyl chlorides and alkyl bromides and alkyl iodides. Come on, try to say Nana, which may be more stable? Alkyl fluoride, because of due to small size and more electronegativity, that bond will be more tight between carbon to fluorine. But which bond will be weak bond? Iodine, due to large size, so that is unstable form. Okay, stability order of alkyl halides. Okay, now more stable is nothing but alkyl fluoride, next one is nothing but alkyl chloride, next one is nothing but alkyl bromide, next one is nothing but alkyl iodide. So alkyl iodide is highly unstable form. And which is the more stable form? Alkyl fluorides. Good. So what is the unstable form? Alkyl iodide. For that I am going to write you one equation. Ri, nothing but alkyl iodide. It is the unstable form, nothing but it contains more reactivity. So it upon decomposition, so simply we can say decomposition goes to be takes place in presence of sunlight. In presence of what, Nana? Sunlight. So here we are getting the product is nothing but alkane. Alkane formula R bonded to R. That's why here I have taken 2 moles of Ri. Remaining 2 iodines are there, so that goes to be released in the form of iodine. That iodine we are getting in the color is nothing but brown violet combination. So here we are getting one brown violet, okay, na, combination compound, that is nothing but what, beta? Iodine. But unstable alkyl iodide, upon decomposition in presence of sunlight, they are going to form the product is nothing but alkane. That one you have to be remembered. Good. Next point is nothing but I am going to discuss with you, that is nothing but density. Which point we are going to be discuss, beta? Density के बारे में अपन discuss करेंगे. Okay, right. So first of all, okay, density is directly proportional to what, Nana? Molecular weight. As the molecular weight goes to be increased, density guarantee बढ़ता पड़ेगा. So fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, which contain more molecular weight, iodine. So they contain only, okay, na, more density form. So alkyl iodide greater than, alkyl bromide greater than. Next one is nothing but here I am going to be consider water. For comparison I am writing here. Next one is nothing but we can write alkyl chloride. And next one is alkyl fluoride. And next one is nothing but alkane. What is the formula of alkane? RH. As compared to alkane, alkyl fluorides and chlorides and bromides and iodides, all they are heavier substances. But as compared to water, alkyl iodide and bromide, these two are heavier substances, and alkyl fluorides and chlorides, these two are lighter substances. These two are lighter substances. Okay, na beta? Right. So alkyl fluorides and chlorides are lighter substances. Alkyl bromides and iodides are heavier substances as compared to what, beta? Water molecule. And fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, top to bottom molecular masses goes to be increased. That means densities goes to be increased. Good. So density information is over. Up to now it is everything is clear, beta. So try to remember here, density is always what, beta? Why we have written this order? Density is directly proportional to molecular masses of the respective halogens. Good. Next, sixth boil, okay, now physical property we are going to be discussed, that is about the boiling point. In that 2 to 3 statements I want to show you. Boiling point is generally directly proportional to what, beta? Molecular weight. And also directly proportional to van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces. Okay, now for this category, for this statement, I will show you example. Good. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Top to bottom in halogens and in noble gas family, whatever that may be, top to bottom, along with the size, van der Waals forces goes to be increased and molecular weight also increases. So top to bottom molecular weight and van der Waals forces of halogens increase. That means their respective boiling points also increase. So boiling point order I am going to show you. So which contain more boiling points? Alkyl iodide. Next one is nothing but we can say what, an alkyl bromide. Next one is alkyl chloride. And next one is nothing but alkyl fluoride. This is the order of boiling point of the respective alkyl halides. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Top to bottom molecular weight and van der Waals forces goes to be increased. Good. And another examples I want to give you. So in that place we can write what? Methyl भी use कर सकते हैं ना? Methyl fluoride, methyl chloride, methyl bromide and methyl iodide. In that 4 which contains maximum boiling point. Methyl iodide because of more molecular weight and more van der Waals forces. Good. Another example I am going to show you. Carbon tetrachloride, One more example. This is nothing but tetrachloromethane, and next one is nothing but chloroform or trichloromethane, and next one is nothing but dichloromethane or CH2Cl2, and next one is nothing but chloromethane. Formula is nothing but CH3Cl. Okay, na? Just listen, see carefully here. Here I have given 4 options, beta. In that all 4 options, one carbon is common. Okay, now no more extra carbons. Good. But just to check out the halogens. Here 1, and यहाँ पर 2 halogen, and यहाँ पर 3, यहाँ पर 4. One by one number of halogens goes to be increased, means their respective molecular weight increased, and their respective van der Waals forces nature also goes to be increased. Means carbon tetrachloride, and next chloroform, and next dichloromethane. Carbon tetrachloride, it contains what on a more boiling point due to its higher molecular weight and what beta van der Waals forces. Good. Next point is nothing but is in that one boiling point only I am going to discuss with you. So boiling points are. So what? Right. Next point, beta. I will come to you, sir, after class. Next point, beta. Boiling points are directly proportional to, again same thing, beta, molecular weights. Molecular weights. But again directly proportional to, how can we say that, state chain. Okay, na beta? Right. Yeah, for this category I am going to show the example. State chain, or we can say surface area. State chain nature or surface area nature increased, automatically boiling point goes to be increases. Yeah, let us see one example. Right beta. Okay na? The boiling point order is nothing but, so स्टेट चेन के बारे में डिस्कस करना पड़ेगा. CH3 bonded to CH2, again bonded to CH2, it connected to X. Okay, nothing but halopropane. Next example I am going to give you. CH3 bonded to CH2, it connected to another X. Nothing but haloethane. Let us go for another example. CH3 bonded to X. Nothing but halomethane. स्मॉल सरफेस एरिया, यहाँ पर नंबर ऑफ कार्बन्स बढ़ गए. अगेन यहाँ पर नंबर ऑफ कार्बन्स इंक्रीज्ड. एज द नंबर ऑफ कार्बन्स इंक्रीजेस मीन्स स्टेट चेन नेचर इंक्रीज्ड, सरफेस एरिया इंक्रीजेस, नंबर ऑफ कार्बन्स इंक्रीजेस मीन्स molecular weight also increased. So more state chain, more surface area, first one contain more boiling point. I hope you understand. Next, go for another information about the boiling point. Boiling point is directly proportional to state chain, but inversely proportional to branching. Inversely proportional to what beta? Branching. This is another statement. Okay na? Yes. So boiling point is directly proportional to state chain and inversely proportional to branching. This formula we have to be applied only for same alkyl groups. Only for same alkyl groups, nothing but butyl, 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 like that, Nana. Okay, right. And also we can say in that case only we can say the order for same alkyl group in presence of, okay na, branching Nana, primary greater than, secondary greater than, tertiary. So primary greater than, tertiary greater than. Okay. So what is the order of boiling point? Which boiling alkyl halide contain more boiling point? Primary, because of less branching. Tertiary contain more branching. More branching means less boiling point. Inversely proportional, branching and boiling point. Yeah, let us go for example. Boiling point order: CH3 bond, CH2 bond, CH2 bond, CH2 bond, Cl are to X, halobutane. Okay, right. It is in which form? Primary form. And next to go for CH3 bonded to CH, below plane I am going to write Cl. Again I am going to write here CH2 and CH3. So this is nothing but secondary butane, secondary halobutane, or we can say secondary chlorobutane. Let us, I am going to consider one more example. CH3 bonded to C, above plane CH3 and below plane CH3, again bonded to what? X. So this is nothing but tertiary alkyl halide. Let us see the common name. Primary butyl halide, secondary butyl halide, tertiary butyl halide. सब में common thing butyl, butyl, butyl means alkyl group is same. In case of same alkyl group, boiling point is inversely proportional to branching. No branching, more boiling point. Little branching, more branching. More branching means less boiling point. So this is our order of boiling points. Okay, na? Good. So information about boiling point is over. Next point I am going to discuss with you dipole moment. Which topic, beta? Dipole moment. Okay. What is the symbol of dipole moment? The symbol is nothing but U. Dipole moment का symbol अपन क्या बता सकते हैं? U. And try to remember in the yesterday class also I already told you. So dipole moment order I want to show you. One is nothing but methyl chloride. Next one is nothing but methyl fluoride. And next one is nothing but methyl bromide. And next one is methyl iodide. Methyl iodide. So for these four compounds already I have given the dipole moment order. CH3Cl it contains 1.86 dBi unit. CH3F it contains 1.84 dBi units. CH3Br it contains 1.83 dBi unit. Methyl iodide it contains the dipole moment 1.63 dBi units. So this is the order of dipole moment of methyl halides. Let us I want to show you one more dipole moment question. That is nothing but, first suppose I am going to write CH3Cl. One more is nothing but dichloromethane CH2Cl2. Next one is nothing but trichloromethane chloroform CH2Cl3. Next one is nothing but carbon tetrachloride CCl4. Okay, right. In that 4, CCl4 is completely non-polar. CCl4 is completely what, beta? Non-polar. Because of here around carbon 4 chlorines are there and it is in tetrahedral form. Okay, now all 4 chlorines are opposite to each other. So we can say here dipole moment is 0. Dipole moment is 0. CH3Cl, what is the dipole moment? Same thing, 1.86 dBi unit. CH2Cl2, it contains the dipole moment 1.60 dBi unit. CHCl3, here 2 chlorines are opposite, so almost all okay goes to decrease, so that is nothing but 1.0 dBi units. Like that you have to be remember. So chloromethane and dichloromethane and trichloromethane and tetrachloromethane. First 3 compounds are polar in nature because of they are having certain dipole moments. But last one is dipole moment 0, perfect tetrahedral geometry. So due to that reason, its dipole moment goes to be 0, or we can say completely okay now cancel to each other. That will be neutral. We have to be say that is nothing but non-polar molecule. Okay, right. So last and final point in that physical properties, I want to discuss a small point with you. That is nothing but Bilstein test, or we can say Bilstein test. Sir, what is mean by Bilstein or Bilstein test? So this is the test useful only for the test of halogens. किसके लिए यूज कर सकते हैं ना? Yes, this is the test used for the test of halogens. Whether in that respective organic compound halogen is present or not. जो ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड आपको प्रोवाइड किए उसमें हाइड्रोजन प्रेजेंट है कि नहीं, that one we can decide by using the step is nothing but Bilstein test, or we can say Bilstein test, as you wish, जैसे चाहना ऐसे प्रोनाउंस कर सकते हैं ना. Okay, so how to do the test? So organic compound, first suppose given organic compound is haloalkane, right? It contain halogen na beta. Okay, how can you confirm? Right, that is nothing but so alkyl halides upon heating with what beta? Copper wire. Upon heating with copper wire, you are going to get the flame is nothing but blue-green flame. Which flame you are going to get, Nana? Blue-green flame. Question repeat ho sakta hai, Nana, repeated already. Okay. So Bilstein test. What is the use of Bilstein test? It is a test used for the presence of halogen atom. Next, what is the color of identification of halogen? It bonds with that organic compound goes to be bonds with blue-green flame, or bluish green or greenish blue, like that we can say as you wish. And by using which wire you are doing Bilstein test? Upon heating with copper wire. So organic compound को copper wire में ले लेना. Upon heating, that will bonds with bluish green flame. In that way we have to be confirmed that definitely that organic compound contain the respective element. This is nothing but halogen. Okay, yeah. So this is the story about the physical properties. समझे ना बेटा all of you? Right. Next topic, physical properties of haloalkanes are over, and next we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of haloalkanes. Okay, tell me beta first of all, haloalkanes you know very well. Okay, now for theory point of view you prepared very well, I hope maybe. Primary, okay, chemical properties of haloalkanes. So hollow alkanes mainly they are classified into chemical properties of hollow alkanes are classified into three types. In that, number one is nothing but nucleophilic substitution reactions, and number two is nothing but beta elimination or dehydrohalogenation reactions, and number three is nothing but what, Nana? Reaction with metals. Okay, in the three properties I am going to discuss with first one, chemical properties of RX, means hollow alkanes, or we can say alkyl halides. Yes, how many types? Totally three types are NSR and elimination and reaction with metals. Yes, nucleophilic substitution, okay now that we will discuss tomorrow, and tomorrow, okay now today we are going to finish the remaining two topics now. Yes, in that, number one is beta elimination reactions. Beta elimination reactions, or we can say dehydrohalogenation reactions. Dehydrohalogenation reactions. Okay, right. So first of all, here we are discussing about the properties of which compound? Hollow alkane. So that compound here I have taken. Hollow alkanes upon heating with the reagent is nothing but alcoholic KOH, and also we can consider sodamide. What is the formula of sodamide? NaNH2. By using alcoholic potash means KOH, and by using sodamide means NaNH2, upon dehydrohalogenation means after removal of hydrogen and halogen, here we are getting the product is nothing but alkanes. What is the product we are going to get? Alkane. Right. So here we are removing hydrogen and halogen, na beta. So from that hollow alkane and from that hollow alka, okay na, alkyl halide, we have to be remove the hydrogen from beta position, and we have to be remove the halogen from the position is nothing but alpha position. Try to remember the conditions. So from beta carbon we have to be remove the hydrogen, and from the alpha carbon we have to be remove the halogen upon heating with alcoholic KOH or sodamide, and automatically hollow alkanes or alkyl halides they goes to be changes into the alkene. Right. Let us go for example. CH3 bonded to CH2 and you suppose connected to Br. What is the compound name? Ethyl bromide. Ethyl bromide upon heating with alcoholic KOH or sodamide. What is the formula of sodamide? NaNH2. Okay, and so anyone you can consider as you wish, no problem. Halogen bonded is always we have to be denoted as a alpha carbon, and adjacent is nothing but we have to be denoted as beta. From beta carbon we are going to remove the hydrogen, means CH3 becomes CH2. After removal of hydrogen, single bond becomes double bond. From alpha carbon we are going to remove the Br, means the remaining is nothing but CH2. CH2 double bond CH2. Compound name is nothing but ethene, means we are getting what? Beta alkene. And what is the reactant name here? Ethyl bromide, or we can say bromoethane. And the byproduct is nothing but, yes, from beta position, here we are removing the hydrogen. That removed hydrogen combines with OH and goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule. And from alpha position we are removing what? Beta Br. That Br combines with K plus and goes to be removed in the form of KBr. But don't try to think, sir, we are doing dehydrohalogenation, means simply we will write HBr. HBr is not the byproduct. That removed H combines with OH and goes to be eliminated in the form of water molecule, and that halogen combines with K plus and goes to be removed in the form of potassium bromide. Okay, na? Right, na. Next, so in dehydrohalogenation and elimination reactions, sometimes we will get more than 2 alkenes or 2 alkenes we will get none. Okay, in that cases we have to be decide, sir, which alkene is major and which alkene is minor. Okay, so the stability of alkene that goes to be decided by using a rule. The rule is nothing but what? Beta Sagehoff rule. Let us see, sir, what is meant by Sagehoff rule. Okay, yeah, Sagehoff rule, another name is nothing but we can say it is also known as Jayce rule. Sagehoff और Jayce rule, right? Sagehoff और Jayce rule, इसका मेन एम क्या है बोले तो The main aim of this SAGEF or JSA rule is more substituted alkene. The main motto is which alkene is more stable. So the answer is more substituted alkene is more stable due to the concept is nothing but hyperconjugation, nothing but resonance involvement. Okay, so the alkene which contains the, as the number of alkyl side chains around the alkene C double bond C goes to be increased, that means what, Nana? More stable. So more substituted alkene is highly stable due to the reason is hyperconjugation. Again, let us go for another example. First, suppose CH3 bonded to CH, below plane connected to Br, again connected to CH2, again bonded to CH3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give the number and try to as much as possible. Good. So what is the name? 2-bromobutane. 2-bromobutane. Such 2-bromobutane undergo the process is nothing but dehydrohalogenation. Upon heating with what I told you, alcoholic KOH, otherwise you can consider sodamide as you wish. Good. Halogen bonded is always, I told you, alpha. Alpha adjacent is beta. Again alpha adjacent is beta. But in this compound, how many beta carbons are there? 2 beta carbons are there. So here we are getting how many possible products? 2 possible products. Okay, now by using left beta you are going to get one alkene. By using right beta you are going to get another alkene is the product. Okay, sir, but which alkene is major? Decide karna na beta. So to show the variation, write here beta 1 product and it gives beta 2 product. Means here in this reaction, how many products you are going to be get? 2 products. By using beta 1 hydrogen, that gives beta 1 elimination alkene. By using another hydrogen from beta 2 carbon, you are getting beta 2 elimination product. Okay, na? Right. Now from beta 1 elimination I am going to do nothing but from beta 1 carbon we have to remove the hydrogen. From alpha place we have to remove the halogen. Between alpha and beta 1 single bond become double bond. So CH3 bonded to CH, single bond become double bond. From beta 1 place we are removing the hydrogen, means CH2 become CH and it is connected to the group is nothing but what? CH3. What is the compound name beta? 2-butene. Right. Let us go for beta 2, means from beta 2 place we are going to remove the one hydrogen. That means CH3 becomes CH2 and single bond become double bond. From alpha place we are going to remove the halogen, nothing but only CH and remaining group CH2 and CH3. So what is the product of this name, Nana? Again butane, but after double bond, first position is after double bond, so we have to say that it is nothing but 1-butane. So in this reaction you are getting how many alkenes? 1 alkene, 2 alkene. C double bond C, 1 side chain, 2 side chain. C double bond C, left side, here no more side chain, but right side only 1 side chain is there. Side chain kitna lengthy hai, that is not important. Here how many side chains are there, this is important. Okay na beta? Means as the number of available side chains around the C double bond C goes to be increased, means available of alpha hydrogen will be increased. As the number of available of alpha hydrogen goes to be increases, hyperconjugative structures mean resonance structures goes to be increased. So by using first one, how many structures we will get? 3 alpha hydrogen, 3 alpha hydrogen, total 6 alpha hydrogen. 6 plus 1 means total 7 structures you are going to be get. But here see Nana, only 2 alpha hydrogen. So here only 2 alpha hydrogen, 2 plus 1 means 3. So possible alpha conjugative structures are 3 structures. यहाँ पर possible structures are 7. यहाँ पर possible structures are only 3. So first one is nothing but major product and second one is nothing but what beta? Minor product. So as the number of alkyl side chain goes to be increased, first one is more substituted alkene, second one is less substituted alkene, means 2-butene is major and 1-butene is what beta? Minor. In that way we have to be discussed about the what, Nana? Alkyl halides. And try to remember, okay, now one small point I want to mention here. Primary alkyl halides, they undergoes even elimination reaction and tertiary and secondary alkyl halides mostly they will prefer the primary alkyl halides, they will prefer the E2 elimination reaction, and tertiary and secondary more crowding alkyl halides, they will refer the E1 elimination reaction. E1 elimination reaction. Okay na? Yes, A point भी आपको important ना. They will ask you among the following which one easily undergo E1 elimination. So we have to take the answer tertiary. Same like nucleophilic substitution. Which alkyl halide is more reactive towards SN2? Simple alkyl halide. यहाँ पर भी okay ना. So bimolecular में कभी भी simple participate होना पड़ेगा. Unimolecular elimination में क्या participate होना पड़ेगा? Tertiary and secondary. Try to remember that now. Okay, right. So methyl halide undergo E1 elimination or E2 elimination? Methyl halide is a simple one. So it undergo what na? E2 elimination. Tertiary butyl chloride, tertiary it undergo E1 elimination, means unimolecular elimination. Okay, good. So next chemical properties of haloalkanes. In that we are going to be discussing about the reaction with metals. Reaction with metals. Okay. In that number 1, Urge reaction. What is the formula of Urge reaction? In Urge reaction we have to be take first of all 2 moles of alkyl halides. 2 moles of alkyl halides upon heating with what beta? Sodium metal. 2 moles of alkyl halides upon heating with sodium metal in presence of a catalyst is nothing but what? Dry ether. You know very well. And what is the product you are getting? Alkane. How many R groups are there? 2 R groups. So we have to be say that the product is nothing but R bonded to R. The product name is nothing but alkane. And 2 moles of sodium combines with halogen, and that goes to be removed in the form of 2 moles of sodium halide. Right. What is the reactant here? Alkyl halide. So how to say the statement? Alkyl halides on reaction with sodium metal in presence of dry ether, that gives the product is nothing but alkane. So in Wurtz reaction we are getting alkane, but that alkane should contain minimum carbons are 2, RR, CH3, minimum carbons are 2. So can you prepare methane by using Wurtz reaction? So try to remember, be careful, methane CH4 cannot be prepared by Wurtz reaction. Good. Next go for what beta? Fitting reaction. In fitting reaction, what is the raw material or starting material we have to be considered? That is nothing but aryl halides, nothing but benzene respective halogen connected compounds, means chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, like that we can take. So aryl halides or haloarenes upon same thing reaction with what beta? Sodium metal. Again here also 2 moles. Reaction goes to be takes place in presence of dry ether. And it forms the product is nothing but biphenyls or diphenyls or diaryls. Here how many benzene rings are there? 2 benzene rings are there. Okay na? And remaining 2 sodium combines with halogen, and that goes to be removed in the form of 2 moles of NaX. So what is the final product in fitting reaction beta? The final product in fitting reaction is biphenyls, or we can say diphenyls, or we can say diaryls. But what is the reactant name? Reactant name is nothing but aryl halide or haloarene. Good. Next one is nothing but Wurtz fitting reaction. Wurtz fitting reaction. So as per Wurtz, we have to be consider the raw material, that is nothing but alkyl halide. As per fitting, we have to be considered the raw material, that is nothing but aryl halide. The meaning is nothing but benzene bonded to halogen. So a mixture of alkyl and aryl halides on reaction with which metal beta? Sodium metal. Again same thing in presence of dry ether. You are going to get the product is nothing but R redox upon benzene. R redox upon benzene. Means here you are getting the product is nothing but alkyl benzene. So what is the product in Wurtz fitting reaction beta? Alkyl benzene. Remaining 2 sodiums combines with 2 halogen, again goes to be removed in the form of what beta? 2 moles of NaX. So we have to say the statement for Wurtz fitting, that is nothing but a mixture of alkyl and aryl halides on reaction with sodium metal in presence of dry ether, they are going to give the product is nothing but alkyl benzene. So this is the best and evergreen method to prepare the compound is nothing but toluene, nothing but methyl benzene. So here we have to be take methyl halide, and here we have to be take halobenzene. So automatically methyl redox upon benzene, that means you are going to get the method is nothing but toluene. So in the process of Wurtz fitting. Next go for, I want to show you another reaction. This is nothing but Franklin reaction. Right. What is mean by Franklin reaction? Franklin reaction and Wurtz reaction almost both are same. But in Wurtz reaction, we have to use the metal sodium. But in Franklin reaction, you have to use the metal is zinc metal को use करना पड़ेगा. Good. So क्या use करना बेटा? First of all, we have to take 2 moles of alkyl halide. Okay, 2 moles of RX. In place of sodium, in Franklin reaction, they have to use the metal is nothing but zinc metal. Question was repeated. Which metal was used in Franklin reaction? The metal is nothing but zinc metal. But in Wurtz and Wurtz fitting, कौन सा metal use कर रहे हैं? Sodium. But in Franklin reaction, we have to be use the zinc metal. Again, products is same. 2R group, nothing but R bonded to R. So the product is nothing but alkane. When Zn equals to 2 valent divalent, so Zn combines with 2 halogen that will be removed in the form of ZnX2. Zinc dihalide or zinc halide we can see now. Good. So alkyl halides upon heating with or treatment with zinc metal that gives a product is nothing but alkane. Again same thing, we can't prepare methane by using Franklin reaction. Same like Urjanana, in place of sodium we are taking here zinc metal. Good. Next one, again it is also a very important procedure. It is known as Ullmann reaction. Ullmann reaction. What is mean by Ullmann reaction? And listen carefully, Ullmann reaction is quite similar to fitting reaction. But यहाँ पर क्या मेटल लिए? सोडियम लिए. अपन यहाँ पर क्या लेना बोले तो कॉपर मेटल लेना पड़ेगा. Important bit. Good. So here I am going to take 2 moles of iodobenzene, or we can say aryl iodide. It upon reaction with copper, 1 mole of copper is enough because of copper valency is divalent. And automatically 2 benzene means we are getting the product is nothing but benzene bonded to benzene. The product name is nothing but biphenyl, or we can say that what beta? Diphenyl. In fitting reaction product is biphenyl. In Ullmann reaction also the product is nothing but diphenyl. But here the byproduct is nothing but CuI. How many moles? 2 moles. And also we can say that Cu2I2. We can write 2 moles of CuI and also we can say Cu2I2. Both are nothing but Q plus iodide, that is the byproduct. Okay. So iodobenzene on heating with copper that gives the product is nothing but diphenyl, and यहाँ पर iodobenzene on reaction with sodium that gives what ना biphenyl. Using sodium fitting, using copper Ullmann, but both are giving the same main product that is nothing but diphenyl. Next reaction important for objective is AB बहुत important. It is known as Corey-House synthesis reaction. Corey-House synthesis reaction. Right. What is mean by Corey-House synthesis reaction? Yes. And especially Nana, it is very important. They will ask you question. एक बार repeat हुआ था. Among the following, which method is mostly used to prepare unsymmetrical alkane? Unsymmetrical alkane. Meaning is nothing but 2 different alkane. Okay na, R bond R, this is symmetric alkane, both R should be same, but in that alkane we are getting 2 different R, one is R, one more is R prime, like the 2 different alkyl groups. From which method we will get? That is nothing but Corey-House synthesis. So in that Corey-House synthesis we are going to get the product nothing but alkane. The alkane is not in the form of RR, that is in the form of R and R prime, means 2 different alkyl groups should be there. Right. So the statement is RX means alkyl halides. It upon reaction with one very important reagent, that is nothing but R2LiCu. R2LiCu. The name is nothing but dialkyl lithium cuprate. Dialkyl lithium cuprate. It undergo reaction with alkyl halide. One more thing, एक बार क्वेश्चन भी रिपीट हुआ था. What is the formula of Gilman reagent? ZIL. What is the formula of Gilman reagent? So Gilman reagent का formula R2LiCu means dialkyl lithium cuprate. This is known as Gilman reagent. This reagent we are using in Corey house synthesis reaction. Okay, statement. Alkyl halides on reaction with Gilman reagent, they will form the product is nothing but alkane. Right. यहाँ पर क्या है बेटा R prime. It was connected to R from Gilman reagent. So here we are getting the product is nothing but alkane. Next, another R combines with copper, means in the form of alkyl cuprate. This is the byproduct. Remaining metal is lithium, non-metal is halogen, that we will remove in the form of lithium halide. Okay na beta? Yes, these are the preparations of, these are the properties of haloalkanes, or we can say haloarenes. यहाँ पर मैंने बेंजीन में बता दिया आपको. So how does haloalkanes and haloarenes shows reaction with various types of metals like sodium and zinc and copper and lithium? In that way we can proceed, Nana. Okay, right. In that reaction with metals topic, we have one objective question, that is nothing but preparation of anti-knocking agent. Preparation of what, Nana? Anti-knocking agent. Try to say any two examples of anti-knocking agent. Anti-knocking agents के example अपन बता सकते हैं कि one is nothing but TEL and one more is nothing but TML, tetraethyl lead, and another one is tetramethyl lead. Such anti-knocking agents which are added to the petroleum products to increase the fuel quality and to decrease the knocking from the sound and from the engine, we have to be used such TEL and TML anti-knocking agents. Nothing but sound को अवॉइड करने के लिए, फ्यूल क्वालिटी को बढ़ाने के लिए, ओके ना, इंजन को सेफ जोन में रखने के लिए, we have to be use TEL and TML. Okay, such anti-knocking compounds we can prepare on reaction with metals from the haloalkanes. Okay, so property number 7. Here I am going to be consider 4 moles of ethyl bromide. If you want, you can take ethyl chloride also as you wish. It upon reaction with one alloy. The alloy is nothing but lead sodium alloy. From this reaction so many times, okay, in different way they ask the questions, Nana. Lead sodium alloy, mixture of two metal, एक sodium और एक lead. Ethyl bromide on reaction with lead sodium alloy, it forms the product is nothing but C2H5. How many groups are there? 4. C2H5 taken 4. And how many PBs are here? Here I am going to consider first of all 4 PB, but I want to consider only 1. So try to say the name. How many ethyl groups are there? 4. 4 means what? Tetra, T. And what is the group? Ethyl. Ethyl forms C2H5 means E. And one more is nothing but lead, nothing but first letter is E. So TEL means tetra ethyl lead. So it can be used as what, beta? Anti-knocking agent. Anti-knocking agent. And remaining how many leads are there? 3 lead ions are there. That 3 lead we have to be write in the form of free, that goes to be liberated into the atmosphere. Next, and remaining what, 4 NAs are there and 4 BRs are there. 4 sodium and 4 BR, that goes to be removed in the form of 4 moles of sodium bromide. Next property. Reaction with metal may next property, that is nothing but information about the Grignard reagents. Information about the Grignard reagents. What is the formula of Grignard reagent? The formula is nothing but RMgX. What is meant by Grignard reagent? Alkyl magnesium halides. Alkyl magnesium halides are known as Grignard reagent, or we can say another short name. It is also known as organo magnesium halides. Organo-magnesium halides, or we can say alkyl magnesium halides, are known as what, beta? Grignard reagents. Right. Let us how to prepare the Grignard reagent. First of all, we have to take the alkyl halide. Alkyl halides on reaction with Mg metal. In presence of same Nana, okay, now like Urju reaction, the catalyst is nothing but what? Dry ether. But here we are getting the product is addition product, that is nothing but RMgX. It is known as Grignard reagent. Once again statement, alkyl halides on reaction with magnesium metal in presence of dry ether, that gives the product is nothing but what, Nana? Grignard reagent. Once again tell me what is the formula of Grignard reagent? RMgX. What is the name, beta? Alkyl magnesium halide. And also we can say what is the another name? Organomagnesium halide. And which metal we are using in the making of preparation of Grignard reagent? Magnesium metal. And what is the catalyst beta? Dry ether. So let us go for some examples. Methyl magnesium bromide, ethyl magnesium chloride, like that we can consider so many examples. Okay, CH3 bond, MgBr, methyl magnesium bromide, and also R can be replaced by ethyl, any alkyl group as you wish, Nana. So CH3 MgCl, ethyl magnesium chloride, and also R can be replaced by aromatic group, that is nothing but phenyl group, C6H5 bonded to MgCl, nothing but phenyl magnesium chloride. Like that we can consider so many examples. Right. What are the applications of Grignard reagents? Applications of Grignard reagents. In that number one application, what is the formula of Grignard reagent? RMGX. Grignard reagents on reaction with water, H2O. They will give the product is nothing but what, beta? Alkane. So application number one, by using Grignard reagent, we can prepare the alkane. What is the formula of alkane? RH. That H is coming from water molecule. Remaining is OH, attacks upon MgX. So the byproduct is nothing but MgXOH, hydroxy magnesium halide. And also we can say that RMgX, Grignard reagent, it upon reaction with one more compound, that is nothing but alcohol. To show the variation in R group, we have to be right here R prime. Again same thing, Nana. Grignard reagents on reaction with alcohol, it also forms the product is nothing but alkane. Remaining is nothing but OR prime, attacks upon MgX. So the byproduct is nothing but MgXOR prime, means alkoxy magnesium halide. This is the byproduct. But in both cases, what we can say common point? ZR means Grignard reagents on reaction with water or alcohol, they are going to form the product. The product is nothing but what, beta? Alkane. Let us see examples. Methyl magnesium bromide gives methane. Ethyl magnesium bromide gives ethane. Maybe upon reaction with water or alcohol, whatever that may be. Good. Application 1 clear. Preparation of alkanes. Let us go application number 2. Preparation of carboxylic acids. By using Grignard reagent, we can prepare the carboxylic acids also. Let us see how to prepare. RMgX Grignard reagent. First of all, it undergo reaction with carbon dioxide. C double bond O, again bonded to C double bond O, another side. So this is nothing but CO2 molecule, and addition of CO2 is called carboxylation. Carboxylation takes place and followed by what we have to do, Nana? Hydrolysis. R group attacks upon C. Okay. And CO2C contain how many oxygen? 2 oxygen. Okay, no problem. But one of the oxygen comes from water molecule, Nana. Next one is, and from water molecule here we are going to consider OH as it is. So RCOOH, what you are getting, beta? Carboxylic acid. And remaining byproduct we are going to be right, Nana. Okay, the byproduct is nothing but MgXOH. So the byproduct is nothing but hydroxy magnesium halide. Hydroxy magnesium halide. So statement अपन क्या बता सकते हैं बेटा? Grignard reagents upon carboxylation and followed by hydrolysis, it gives the product is nothing but carboxylic acid. Answer. Methyl magnesium bromide, it gives acetic acid. Ethyl magnesium bromide, it gives propanoic acid. एक कार्बन को हाई करना पड़ेगा because of we are doing carboxylation, addition of CO2. Yes, application number 2, preparation of carboxylic acids. Let us go for application number 3, preparations of alcohols, primary and secondary and tertiary alcohols. In that 3 cases we have to be considered for 3 different types of alcohols. Right. Grignard reagent formula is nothing but RMgX. It upon reaction with formaldehyde, CH2O or HCHO, no problem. So what is the name of this compound, beta? Formaldehyde. Grignard reagents on reaction with formaldehyde and followed by what, Nana? Hydrolysis. Followed by hydrolysis. Yes, it gives the product is nothing but R bonded to CH2. CH2 accept the OH group from the water molecule. So R connected to CH2. CH2 will accept the OH upon hydrolysis procedure. So this is the product is nothing but what, beta? Primary alcohol. And the byproduct is nothing but again same thing, MgXOH. That is your byproduct. Next go for in that second one is nothing but RMgX Grignard reagent. It upon reaction with no other aldehydes, Only formaldehyde will give the primary alcohol. Remaining all other aldehydes, they will give the secondary alcohol. So CH3 bonded to CHO, compound name is nothing but CHO. अपन कैसे लिख सकते हैं? CH3 bond CH double bond O, because of C double bond होना बेटा. So compound name is nothing but what? Acetaldehyde. Grignard reagents on reaction with acetaldehyde and followed by hydrolysis. Again bond breaking double bond. CH3CH as it is. CH attacked by R group. Again from water molecule we are taking OH. So this is your which alcohol beta? Secondary alcohol. Let us go for third one. RMGX, Grignard reagent. It upon reaction with ketones. Ketone best example is nothing but acetone. CH3 bonded to C double bond O bonded to CH3. Again followed by क्या करना बेटा? Hydrolysis. CH3C. Again above plane CH3. This group we have to be write as it is. Double bond becomes single bond. From below plane we have to be attack the R group. From water molecule we have to be take the OH group. So this is nothing but which alcohol? Tertiary alcohol. In all three common reactions, common byproduct is MgXOH. So formaldehyde gives primary alcohol, other aldehyde gives secondary alcohols, and ketones gives tertiary alcohols. In that way we can prepare all types of alcohols from the respective Grignard reagent. Last and final application, preparations of ketones. Okay, Grignard reagent formula RMGX. Undergo reaction with cyanides or nitriles. The formula is nothing but R C triple bond N. This is called cyanide, or we can say nitriles. Grignard reagents on reaction with cyanides or nitriles and followed by hydrolysis. They are going to form the product is nothing but ketone. Already R group is there, it connected to C. Okay, I am going to write as it is. Below plane we have to be attack another R from the Grignard reagent, and from the water molecule we have to be consider the O, means a double bond O. So looking like which compound beta? This is nothing but ketone compound. Ketone compound, and the byproduct is nothing but MgXNH2. MgXNH2 means amino magnesium halide. So Grignard reagents on reaction with cyanides or nitriles and followed by hydrolysis, they are going to form the product is nothing but what? Ketones. Right. So next point I want to say here, Grignard reagents, especially we have to be consider 2 moles of RMGX. It is important for objective. 2 moles of Grignard reagents on reaction with acid halides, and also on reaction with acid anhydrides, and also on reaction with esters, and followed by hydrolysis. Here also we are going to get the product is nothing but tertiary alcohols. But in that reaction we have to be use how many moles of Grignard reagent? 2 moles. And last and final concept, here I am going to be consider RMGX, nothing but Grignard reagent. Grignard reagents on reaction with epoxides or oxirane. Epoxides are nothing but the cyclic ethers. Grignard reagents upon reaction with oxirane and followed by what beta? Hydrolysis. Here also we are going to get the product is nothing but primary alcohol. Which alcohols? Primary alcohols. Like that you have to be remembered. Okay beta. So these are the few of the applications of what? Grignard reagents. So in next class, in tomorrow class we are going to discuss about the nucleophilic substitution reactions. Okay beta? Right.